Welcome back to Market Pros. All right, so here we got Bitcoin on Bybit on the daily. Boom, dumped. Yep. Here, first, I want to go down to the 1 hour. I want to talk about this BART that we mentioned yesterday. If you watched this video in the morning, you would have caught this move before it broke. We were talking about the BART right here, and BARTed down, wrecked down. So let's go back to the daily, then we'll zoom back in and talk about these moving averages and all that. So yeah, I mean, we broke through this diagonal support, broke through that green line, broke through this purple zone. You know, we've talked about if we broke this, that I think we were coming down to 35 at least. And if we break that, we'll come back to it. Because then we're talking about lower targets like 32, 33. In between 33 and 35 is kind of what I'm looking at. I do think we're going to 35. Probabilities are very high. Um, so yeah, your momentum, you was kind of going sideways. I mean, you stayed in the bearish control zone, but it was like barely. I mean, it wasn't barely, but you weren't going down that sharply is what I'm trying to say. I mean, look at your BBWP. Uh, you had that dark blue read, been staying low ever since, it's basically consolidating, trying to find out if it wanted to break higher. You couldn't build the momentum. I mean, you're still in the bearish control zone below the signal line, your MACD. I mean, look, you got 2 days of, first of all, you had the retest and resumption down. Now you have 2 days of, well, so far, this could be a bounce. Let's not talk about the bounce yet. Let's go to the 8 hour. Okay, so your moving averages, negative slopes. And they are fanned out. Your 100 did cross the 200 on the 8 hour. This is full on downtrend, obviously. Bearish control zone, so your momentum has completely turned around. You tried to get in that neutral zone, but then got kicked right out of it with this dump. So now you have a fresh cross to the downside of your MACD. Negative momentum is increasing. So you're building up steam here. Your BBWP is in the upper zone, still expanding. You're building up steam, which makes me think we go down to 35. I don't think this move is over yet. Now, we could get a bounce back up to 37,500. Between 37 and 37,500 is where I'm looking at. So I'm going to move this up. 37. So the purple zone is what I'm looking at. Let's move this up a little bit. Boom. Right there. This purple zone is what I'm looking at. If we can get back above this purple zone and make a higher high, I would think this is a massive bear trap, and we come all the way up to this green zone at 44K, then decide what we're going to do from there, because 44K is the level. That is the level to be watching for. If we even get back up there. I mean, probabilities are not that we're getting back up there for a while. Let's go down to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, so yeah, I mean, even your short-term momentum looks like shit. Bearish control zone below the signal line. You had a cross to the downside at the same time as crossing the zero line. That's a powerful signal. As your BBWP was expanding sharply, I mean, you're all the way volatile right now. Your vol's all the way up. Basically printing these dark red bars. That means it's just touching the upmost zone that it can. So high volatility. Let's see here. Let's go down to the 1 hour, and then we'll talk about levels. All your moving averages have negative slopes on the 4 hour too, by the way. So, and they're starting to fan out. Your 21 tested the 50, resumed down, starting to fan out again. Full on downtrend. And I don't see us reversing. I could see a bounce though. I mean, maybe we get another move to the downside, first. Maybe we Maybe we touch 35 before we bounce, but I would expect a nice bounce. Maybe even another BART. You know, those double BARTs are pretty common. They'll get you. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, right here. This would kind of be your double BART. You know, you have an inverted BART, regular BART, boom, boom. Takes out all the stops, gets all that liquidity in there, you know. And it's very common to get a double BART, sometimes even a triple BART. Uh, I'm very fond of BARTs, by the way. I mean, it might sound stupid to you, but these things play out, man. Like, look, boom, 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 boom. Maybe a half a BART there. Boom, another BART. Boom, another BART. Can't tell me those BARTs don't play out. So, might sound dumb, but, you know, it's definitely a pattern. Let's go down to the 1 hour. I need a drink. Okay. All right, so here on the 1 hour, the BART looks even more, you can tell it's a BART even more. I can't think of the word. I literally just woke up. So your RSI, well, I woke up like 45 minutes ago. I have had my coffee though, so we're good. Oh, so you are getting out of the oversold zone. Looks like you're trying to get your bounce right here. So that you could, I'm thinking that you come up to the 21 or this purple zone somewhere in here, somewhere in here. Honestly, I think you could come to the 21, possibly get a wick up, maybe front run this breakage of support here and where the 50 is. Honestly, I don't think it would go farther than this. I mean, we could get the bounce all the way to there and give up half of this dump. Give you another chance to make any decisions that you want to make. So yeah, bearish control zone above the signal line. MACD fresh cross to the upside. Positive momentum is increasing. Let's see here. Oh, and where was it at? Shit. Can't remember now. We did have bearish divergence somewhere. I think it was on the 8 hour. Yeah. Yeah. So this bearish divergence played out from here to here. Also had from here to here. So you had two drives bearish divergence. Obviously that played out. Okay. And we talked about that as well. We talked about whether if that was a high, if that was a confirmed local high, that we would have bearish divergence to watch out for the BART. We literally talked about that just yesterday. That's why it's like time sensitive content. Because it literally happened a few hours later. Literally what we were talking about. One of the scenarios that we talked about playing out literally played out a few hours later. So it's important to try to get them, watch the videos as soon as possible. Yeah, so those are my validation of the upside would be for us to get all the way back above this purple region at, I'd be looking at 39,500. Validation of the downside, I think we're going to 35K eventually, at least. We could get a bounce all the way up to this purple region somewhere in here, then maybe resume down. I don't think it's going to get past here. I could be wrong, of course, but the probabilities are in my favor right now. So yeah, if you guys like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out our links in the Discord below. And everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you in the next one.